Welcome to another episode of Lunch with the Shark. Join us as we dive deep into discussions about business, accounting, and finance to help you build a business that thrives. Now sit back and have a bite with your host, the Shark CFO, Vidal Espinosa.
Well, hello, good afternoon. Welcome to a new edition of Lunch with the Shark. I am your host, Vidal, the Shark CFO Espinosa, and I am really happy to be here with you live on this Martin Luther King Jr. Day. We celebrate that here in the United States, and there's no federal government, there's no state government, there's no county government, there's no banks, there's no financial institutions, there's no trading. It's a holiday, and we're just 2 days away from transfer of powers here in the U.S. And that's all the news are talking about. That's all we're hearing now, and we're listening to a very aggressive first 10 days from the incoming administration. Very aggressive 100 first days also, and another very expensive stimulus package for the new administration. 1.8 or 1.3 trillion dollars in aid. Holy shit. Where the hell are we going to get that money to pay it? Where are we going to get it? Where is it going to come from? How are we going to pay for that? What we don't understand is that money is going to come from somewhere. That money is going to have to be repaid some way, somehow. I don't think my generation is going to pay for it. I don't think my nephews and nieces' generations are going to pay for it. But it is going to affect future generations. We need to be very careful, and we need to be worried, because we are leaving them, future generations, a tremendous package. It's a burden. It's a burden that is going to carry through generations. Today we're going to talk about systems. Systems in place, systems to manage your business, and not today, the week. This week we're going to dedicate it to business systems. And I'm actually told, I was told about the topics for the first quarter of 2021, in December. And I review them and that's it, right? But I don't remember week after week which is the topic for the week. So I asked them this morning, hey, what's the week's topic? And they said, systems. And they sent me my script and things like that. I want to apologize to my team because I don't follow your script most of the times. I say what I think it's accurate and what it is. And I do see your bullet points, and thank you for preparing them, but they're helpful for me, right? Doesn't matter. But I want to talk about an experience that I had over the weekend. And it's very in tune to today's topic, which is the power of systems in your business. Okay, and I'm gonna give you 5 steps to systematize your company, because in order for you to grow your company, you must have, listen to this, you must have systems in place if you want to have a true business. Not an employment, not an independent contractor company. If you really, truly want to grow your business, make money when you're not in your company, you have to systematize your company. So last week, Captain Crunch, I schedule Captain Crunch a grooming service, right? There's a grooming service that comes to your house. They take care of your pet, and Captain Crunch takes a bath, usually every week or every other week, right? If there's some vets listening out there, they're going to be like, holy shit, you shouldn't bathe your dogs every week. Since he lives inside 24/7, he must be very, very clean. So I scheduled his appointment last week, right? For this Saturday at 9 a.m. at our house. So 9 a.m. came, 9:15, 9:30, and I sent a message to the groomers and I said, hey, are you guys coming? I understand if you guys are running late, just let me know. And 20 minutes later, I get a message saying, oh, you did not confirm the appointment. And I'm like, what do you mean I didn't confirm the appointment? And I said, I send you a message, I send them a copy of the message, and you confirm that you'll see me here on Saturday at 9 a.m. And they responded, well, gas and time, it's expensive. So you have to confirm the appointment prior for us to going to your home. I'm like, oh, hells no. That's not a way of doing business. So I responded. Obviously, I had not a lot of things to do. It was Saturday. So I responded to them and I said, you know what? I'm sorry, but me and in general, your customers should not be the ones confirming your appointments. It's your business. You should have a system in place where you confirm if that's your internal policy, your internal procedure. You should contact the client and validate and confirm whether your clients still want the appointment or not. Oh, well, sorry. I said, no, it's not right. So I went to social media, and it's very, very, like extremely rare that I post negative reviews for a business. It's not my objective nor my purpose in life to screw businesses, okay? But when something like this happens and you don't take, as a business owner, you're not accountable for the lack of clarity or actions and communication with your clients, people must be alerted and people must know that that happens in your business. So I posted it on their social media and I said, you know what? Very bad experience. I said, first time you canceled and rescheduled. Second time, you did not show up. This is in December. I schedule it and they confirm, and then they call me and they said, oh, we cannot go because we double booked and we have an appointment for the 31st at 2 p.m. And I said, okay, perfect, fine. Doesn't matter. Like, if there's communication, I am totally cool with it. So the owner immediately responded by not accepting responsibility and saying, hey, you're not even a customer. That's when I responded, dude, check your database. And we were customers in December 31st. We had an appointment 4 days before or 3 days before or something, and somebody from your office called cancel because you double booked. Oh, they're telling me that you canceled because of the weather. No, that's not true. Now there's two stories. Now, first you told me that I wasn't a customer, and then after I told you that yes, I was, you come with another story saying that I canceled. Not good. Well, the business owner erased the comment. If you are not capable of accepting criticism and you just want positive reviews, positive acknowledgments of your work, then I'm sorry, but you have your head so up the ass, so up your ass, that your ego, it's not letting you grow your company, that your ego does not accept that you screwed up. I actually ended up contacting and communicating with the owner, and it's not that the service that they provided me the first time was wrong, was bad, was deplorable. No, it wasn't. I even scheduled a second appointment because their service was good, was reasonable, was reasonably priced, I was happy. Okay. The fact that they do not acknowledge or accept responsibility, the fact that they don't have a system in place, and they expect the customer to know their internal procedures, systems, if there are, it's completely incorrect. Communication in this instance was lacking and non-existent. How do you communicate with your clients? It's part of your system. Do you have a CRM? I ended up telling the owner, I said, you know what? This is where you're lacking. And I said, communication with your clients was non-existent. Okay? You should have told me at the time of booking my appointment that I had to confirm 24 hours or the appointment was going to be canceled. Second, you should have a CRM, customer managing software, or an Excel sheet, or in your phone, a reminder or something that will keep track of your customers. The owner was very open to accept some advice. Nevertheless, after everything happened, I did post directly on my wall and tag them the bad experience. And in general, what mostly upset me is that they did not accept criticism. I got a message from him saying, hey, I think that your comment was really harsh, and my company depends 6 families. I feed 6 families. And I started thinking about it, and I said, you know what? He still did not get it. Again, I am not there. I hardly make any of those bad reviews, but he did not get it. He did not get the fact that you must accept responsibility for the lack of, or for the actions that you or your employees that are representing your company do or make. We are in business. We have a company, and we are responsible, and we are liable towards our customers. Last week, I said that my most important, or our most important asset or capital, it's human capital. And yes, it is. Human capital, your team members, are the most important. There must be clarity. Okay? There must be clarity and a direct communication. Right? Same as with your customers. There must be a system. And I explained to him, because he had no idea what a CRM was. And I'm like, dude, you know what? I'll give you the explanation as to what a CRM is. And I explained it to him. And I said, this is CRM. This is what a CRM will do. And I am not selling CRMs, mind you. And he said, oh, do you have any information for one? I said, dude, Google it. Google and look for a company that will sell you a software that has a CRM. It's plain as simple as having an agenda, a calendar. Google has a Google Calendar. Outlook has a calendar. There's a lot of calendars out there. Maybe even get a paper, a day planner, and just mark it there, right? Don't have 4 different phone numbers for your company. How can you control 4 different individuals with 1 calendar for your company? It's not feasible. That's not a right or a correct system. They would be 4 different appointments at one time, at any given time. How are you going to do it? Do you have at least 4 pet groomers that would be able to assist 4 families? Maybe you have. I don't know their business. But starting from there, it's a little bit impossible to have 4 different numbers 4 different individuals answering each of those numbers and scheduling. Each of them are scheduling appointments. There's somewhere there's a huge gap, disconnection, and somewhere there's a humongous problem, right? So let's dive right into today's topic from systems, right? You're gonna tell me, dude, systems are really expensive. I'm gonna have to stop my work, my job, my business deliveries to implement systems. No, you're not. No, you shouldn't, because your clients might have already paid for your services. So this has to be done parallel. I remember that last year, one of my clients, actually last year, no, 2 years ago, we had the same mentor, coach, not mentor, coach, business coach, right? And she said, you know what, your company must have systems and procedures in place. And when we were having one of our quarterly meetings, he says, well, remember what she told me, that I had to create systems and procedures and that everything was inside my head. I said, yeah, but you cannot stop the delivery of your client services because they already paid you for them. You have to do them parallel, but that's too much work. That's not your client's problem. So what are you going to do? You're going to call your clients and you're going to say, you know what? I am going to suspend your services for 2 to 3 months while I create systems and processes. And you're not going to sell any of your services because you are temporarily out of business for the next 2 to 3 months to create processes and systems. I don't think that's viable. You're not going to have any revenue for the next 2-3 months. You're going to be responsible for refunding your current clients because you're not going to be able to deliver their services for the next 2-3 months. Systems and procedures must be in place, whether you are in business or not, parallel to the delivery of your product or services that you're offering to your clients. When you hear systems, there's a lot of people that will say, well, let me tell you about this phrase. Work smart, not hard. That phrase, in my belief, does not mean that once you set up systems and procedures, you are going to be able to go to the beach, lay back, and do nothing. Scratch your belly. Do or work just 1 hour a week. The 4-hour week book. Yeah. That's amazing. That's the ultimate goal for pretty much every entrepreneur. You still need to hustle, dude. You need to work smart, not hard. That doesn't mean that you are not supposed to stop working and set it and forget it. Systems must be reviewed on a constant basis. Humans must be reviewing those systems. Unless you have a humongous team or a very, very good team, they're going to be able to keep tweaking and tuning those systems, those procedures. Automatize your company. Okay? So this is me before a business system, and maybe it's the same for you. I was exhausted. I told myself I would keep doing the same thing over and over. And yet, there I was. Like every next business owner, you are the first one to get into the office, turn on the light, and you should be the last one in the office to turn off the lights and close the door because you're the owner. No, it does not work like that. If you do that in your business, you are the most expensive employee in the whole freaking company. You do not have a business. you have an employment and you have humongous problems at home because I prefer to be at home with the family than at work with my team members. Look into your life. That's a problem. The first thing that you need to do, identify and take inventory of all the repetitive tasks performed in your business, whether they're yours or whether you're team members. It's so funny because last week I had a meeting with one of our one of our clients without the executive team, just her and I. And I said, you know what? There's a lot of freaking duplicity of functions. And I think I mentioned this. And we agreed that I was going to task this to the COO, interim COO, to review everybody's actions, repetitive tasks, so we can eliminate duplicity of functions. Here's a problem. The mindset of everybody in the team, they're all independent contractors, right? They're not employees because the company operates like that. Nevertheless, the mindset of the majority of the team, it's that they're employees. And starting with the COO, the interim COO, because they came back to me and said, you know what? If we ask them for a detailed breakdown of their tasks, of their they perform or provide to the business, that's going to cost the company like a day of work. And I'm like, wow. I was thinking internally. Second, this individual said, it's going to create chaos among the team because they're going to think that they're going to be let go, because they are going to think that we're going to cut their hours. And me, in my mind, I was like, that's the objective. The objective is to eliminate and create systems to reduce hourly billing, systematize the company, create proper procedures, and eliminate duplicity of functions. Because even though it's costing us or will cost us a full days of work from each of the team members, we're paying multiple hours a week, a month from different team members that are doing the same shit. And we have no idea. At least I found out. Now we know. So what you need to do is you need to do inventory, an Excel sheet from each of your team members with a very detailed list of every action they perform on a daily basis that is repetitive. Maybe you don't need a receptionist. Maybe you need an answering system that you outsource, or you have a automated answering system like we do here at Invictus, that an automated answering system answers, and then it transfers us to each our extension, and then we answer the phones. So we eliminate the necessity of having a receptionist. We hardly receive visits in our office because right now we are not seeing individuals face to face, but through Zoom communication or virtual communication. Step 2, categorize your business systems. 3 ways: automated, manual, hybrid. If you're automatize something, it requires somebody to set the system properly to your needs, that it will work for what you want. Maybe you have a CRM, which is a customer managing system, where everything is like you have a set of emails that are going to go out, you have a auto response, you have a answering service, you have a fax system, a system that has all that included. McDonald's several years ago came up with an automatized soda fountain. When you place the order, either on the kiosk or at their point of sale, the system pulls down the size of the soft drink that you order, puts the exact amount of ice that size requires, and pours the exact amount for the size, considering the volume with the ice. That's automatized. Manual would be the inputting of the order through the point of sale. But that's a hybrid because it's automatized and manual. Manual, it's still people back there at the back of the house in McDonald's flipping burgers, shaking fries. Nevertheless, the flipping the burgers and shaking the fries has a system, has a process. I worked at McDonald's. I know step by step, and they actually tell you, they don't leave it to each individual that works at the back of the house to, I think they're done. I think the fries are done. I think it's time for me to flip the burgers. No, there's a precise process and system that has gone to try and error before they roll it out into each of their franchises. Number 3, establish a priority. The first is to identify what tasks are most likely going to move the needle the most for growing your company. People, don't systematize your receptionist at first. Systematize your sales funnels. Systematize your marketing campaigns. Systematize whatever is going to generate you money, the delivery to your clients. Make an experience. Prioritize what systems. Don't go by the easiest. You know what? The hardest systems to implement are the ones that are going to generate revenue for your company, that they're going to grow your company. They're going to have a very good experience for your customers. What do you think Disney does? Do you think that they prioritize their systems just for their churros or their popcorn? Even though they make a shitload of money with their churros and popcorn and pretzels and turkey legs, that's not the first system that they prioritize. They prioritize with the safety. They even have it on their vision mission. Safety, experiences. And then number 4, create a process. This is the most important part of this process. You need to create process from step 1 to done for each action to occur successfully. Now, be as detailed as you can. My recommendation is not for you to do the systems, not for you to do the processes, but to have somebody in your team or hire somebody external that knows about systems and processes and conducts sort of an interview that sits down with you and everybody in your team, and they actually take note either by interviewing you, your team, and also by observing how you do it. First, you need to open the computer. Second, you need to log into the system. Now, how do I log into the system? There's another process there. Okay? Now, what system are you going to log in? Step by step, detailed. I was talking yesterday and I was saying, hey, this is, and I'm going to talk about this in a couple episodes later. We were watching, we discovered this show called Billionaire Undercover. And very interesting. And we're going to talk about that and their systems also. So create the process for that system. Number 5, Monitor, track, and optimize your business systems. How can I drill this to you? There's no such thing as set it and forget it and never look back at them. Everything in your business has room for improvement, has room for growing. Obviously, don't look at your systems every freaking day, because just the sole fact that you're looking at it every single day, you're going to become not productive. If you're going to be so focused on just one system or two or three, that every day a change is going to occur. I would personally recommend you, like your systems, to review them once a year. Once there's a humongous flaw or causes you to lose revenue, then you go and revisit the system based on the knowledge and learning that you've had by implementing and giving it a reasonable time to work, a reasonable time for you to get enough data to tweak it. Give it a time. It's like marketing. 3 months. If it doesn't work, change it. Sales funnel, 3 months. If it doesn't work, change it. That's why a lot of marketers and advertising companies recommend you to run a parallel campaign of 5 options, and see which one works the most. That's systems. So let's start today with those 5 systems, or 5 steps to systematize your company. That's what work smart, not hard means. You need to hustle. You need to hustle to deliver amazing experiences to your customers. You need to hustle to look for those contacts that are going to help you grow. You need to hustle to get those sales. That's what you need to hustle. And that's what we're going to talk about, Billionaire Undercover. There's one person there that, dude, come on, he shouldn't be there. But that's topic for another day. Hustle. Smart, not hard. Stop focusing on petty stuff. Focus on the bigger picture. You as a CEO, as a business owner, you must focus on the bigger picture, not on the petty little tasks. It's been great seeing you today. Let's finish today's show with the quote. And this quote comes from somebody that's done it. He started doing it, hustling. And now I don't think he's every freaking day at the office sitting behind a desk trying to run the company by himself, or being a micromanager and growing a company that was a library. They were selling just books. I'm talking about Jeff Bezos, the CEO of Amazon. And he said, the common question that gets asked in business is why? That's a good question. But an equal valid question is, why not? Think about that. Why not? Why not have a system? Why not do this other way? Why not ask that question in business? Why not? It's been great seeing you. Have an amazing, amazing week. See you tomorrow at the office. Bon appetit. Ciao.
Thank you for listening to Lunch with the Shark. If you would like to set up a consultation with the Shark CFO, Vidal Espinosa, visit his website www.invictus-advisors.com, and don't forget to subscribe on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and LinkedIn.